Will in Bay Minette, Alabama. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com. And today I'm going to cut the Essilor Ideal Advanced Digital Freeform Progressive Lens with Transitions Extra Active Gray and the Blue Flash Mirror for your Oakley 8138 chamber, color 01 satin black in the 55 eye size. Let me take everything out of the original packaging as Oakley sends it to me. Of course, your hard shell Oakley case, some extra nose pads, and of course this is your Oakley cleaning cloth / carrying bag if you don't want to carry the hard case around with you. And inside of it is, of course, it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping, and I'm going to put that on there when I ship to you. But this is the Oakley 8138. It is color 01 satin black and 55 eye size, and this is the chamber. Hopefully the GoPro will pick that up. So let me pop out your original demo lenses, of which you will be receiving. And I'm going to place your frame into the tracing element of my blocker. First, I want to program the shape into the computer. You are Secret Agent 1825. And I'm going to hit the start button. Little stylus is going to pop up, go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy genuine, authentic Oakley frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account, Flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase. So let's move on to the next screen. It's going to ask for your pupillary distance, which is 33 for each eye. The computer starts at 32.5, so I just need to tap the plus button one time to bring it up to 33. I do want to raise the seg height, the optical center height, the vertical decentration to 19. Now, I forgot to mark right on this lens, but I will do that. That is the right lens. And again, if you guys missed any of that, say it with me. Let me recap. So, this is a block that already has the double-sided adhesive. Oh, let's go ahead and start from scratch. This is a block that I need to attach a double-sided adhesive sticker, of which I've got two right here. The black side is the sticky side. Stick this onto the first one. Do the same thing now for the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now on the back is a magnet. That's going to attach itself to another magnet here in the arm. And I need to change the layout screen to progressive because this is the no line invisible bifocal, invisible trifocal, multifocal, progressive. It goes by many names. That's because it does many things. I want to check one thing, make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. I always like to double check. Hit that button, the arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the left lens. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky, line up the magnet. Pupillary distance is the same, optical center height is the same. Line everything up there perfectly. Excuse me, got a little sawdust over here tickling the old throat. Hit that button, the arm's going to come down, place the block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter, then you can cut your own lenses at home. You won't need this guy with the two thumbs to do it for you. The actual cutting wheel is this diamond crusted wheel. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away the lens material until it's the final size. This wheel in the center is what's going to put the V-shaped bevel on the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So let's wake the computer up. 1825, 1825. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic or Trivex, I would select that. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens. It's not going to be seen. Let's go ahead and take the right lens, press that on there firmly, place the magnet into the chuck, or by now, you know I like to call it the Charles because I don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Hit the green arrow, which is start. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens will be traced by two white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the right lens. And the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once is measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. of which you shouldn't have any in this frame with this prescription. But I do cut very strong prescriptions all day long. For how much? For free when you buy the frame. And that is a little bit more critical with the stronger power lenses. Now the lens will drop down on the cutting wheel in just a moment. The light you see flickering in the background is water to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high-index plastic and Trivex lenses cut wet, meaning that water sprays onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle. Now water will spray onto this lens, but only for the last 20 seconds just to wash away any optical debris. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact ballistics grade lenses and have 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin there in Bay Minette, Alabama. Well, this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that you have to apply in the sun. Now, speaking of protection, you also have 50 to 70% of blue light protection. The Transitions Extra Active block more harmful blue light than any other lens. The regular Transition Signature 8 now will block about 30 to 40%. The Extra Active will block 50 to 70% of the harmful blue light. And you also have the mirror coating, which will help reflect back the sun's rays, but on the back surface you have a proprietary anti-glare coating, so you're not sacrificing anything. You get the most protection possible from every angle, every direction with this lens. So water has begun spraying onto the lens. It tells me it's in the last 20 seconds. A little lever's coming out. At the end of that lever is a spinning disc. That's what's going to apply the safety bevel to the back surface, the concave surface of the lens. In just a moment the door will open. I will open it with my mind. If you like that, I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just have to stare at it for a couple hours, but I can do it. The only thing I can't do with my mind is come up with new jokes. So if you can think of a funnier joke for me to say, write it down on a $100 bill and mail it to me, and I will say it on the air. I'll even give you credit for it. You don't even have to write your name on the $100 bill. I'll recognize your handwriting. So we're going to see if it fits first time around. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner using my thumbs pressed down at the nose. It does not want to snap in easily. That's why I put the safety bevel on the back surface of the lens, as I'm applying force against your frame. I do not want to mar it in any way. Let's take it down 1/10 of a millimeter. Press that back on there firmly, hit retouch. The lens is going to drop back down, but this time it's going to go to the bevel wheel and not the cutting wheel. The wheel in the middle, it's going to take 1/10 of a millimeter off, going around the circumference of the lens until it snaps in there easily. I do not want to force the lens into the frame. It would cause the frame to stretch or roll. If you imagine your frame being like a gutter, if the lens were too large, it would make most likely the bottom part of the frame to roll outwards, giving you an ugly cosmetic look as well as shortening the life of the frame. And it's not like you live next door, so I want to take the time to do it right. I know it's a corny saying, but the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra at the beginning. I want it to pop in there easily. Easily. Now I'll program that into, I'll write on here that I took it down 1/10 of a millimeter, so years from now, should you need new lenses for this frame, I can have them cut to the size and they'll go in there smoothly. Dry everything off. Tuck that into the outside corner, push down the nose. Now it snaps in there easily. Let's flip that over to L. Press this on there firmly. Place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, the Will. Hit the green start button, the door closes, the clamp shuts. And just like before, the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. And measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness, of which you have none with your prescription in this frame. So let's go ahead and keep working. I'm going to take this block off, pull the sticker away, use my hand-approved drying method, throw that back in there. My sticker collection was getting too big, so I moved it down there. The PD is gone, so I need to place it back on there. Every invisible bifocal has 2 little laser marks. There's a circle. Tells me where to place the optical center height. And again, if you guys missed that, let me recap. You know, I never get tired of that joke. Although some people say that's not a joke, that's not even funny. You got a point. You got a point. So turn the axis wheel to 93, put it in just above that black dot. Now your prescription reads plus 150 minus 1 at 93. This is your right eye from left to right. You need 6 steps of magnification to see far away. I'm going to read that, and we're getting 150, exactly halfway between 1 and 2 in the black. Now you have 4 steps of full diopter of astigmatism correction. So we're going to check that's the second curve, and we're going to check that, and we end up at plus 50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. How did we get there? Imagine that you had $1.50 and someone borrowed $1 from you. You would have 50 cents left. That's where you have 50 cents in the black. Now, the unit of measurement used in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R, starting at 0 and going up in quarter increments from there, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1. So you're on the 6th rung of a ladder power-wise. Once is the correct power, you have a full diopter of astigmatism correction, which is the second curve, 90 degrees away from this one. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike of the letters P and F. So that's the fine-tune knob, and we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 93. That straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. We're going to turn it just past the 90th meridian to 93. Your left eye, you only need 4 steps of magnification, same amount of astigmatism correction, but the axis of 104. This first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180. Let's go ahead and take your left lens out, dry everything off. Run my thumbnail around, make sure I get the optical sawdust off the edge of the lens. Take this, tuck it in at the outside corner, push down at the nose. Now it snaps in there easily. Take this block off, pull the sticker away, use my hand-approved drying method for that. Add to my sticker collection down there. I'm still not used to doing that. Got to come down here, put the dot on the lens. Say it with me. Don't say it. See if I care. Look, you got me dropping the pen, bending over. This is just too much work. So, we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 104 for the left eye. Put it in just above that black dot. Read the power, and if all goes well, I'm going to get plus 1. Whew, that's a sigh of relief. Now, you have 4 steps of astigmatism correction. What happens if you had $1 and then someone borrowed $1 from you? How much would you have left? 0. No power whatsoever at the 104 meridian. So, pupillary distance of 66. We're going to turn the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb on the right lens. When we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 66 millimeters. So that is cut perfectly. Let me check 19 for the optical center height. Oh man, I tell you what, the kid with the 2 thumbs and the bad jokes, he knows what he's doing. So this is the portion in every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned that when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as the 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the BMW 6045 in color 50. Someone saw these and just placed an order for them over the weekend. You'll see me making a video for someone with my same exact frame here soon coming up. Put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. Flip this over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, that neither temple is askew like that. The other really nice thing about this frame, there's no screws in the hinges. Look at that ball joint that is in there perfectly. No screws to ever come loose in here. So, manufactured perfectly. I had an orthopedic surgeon say that's how they're doing knees and hips now for surgery, that same type of ball joint. So, but by the way, today is Amazon Day, which just means that Amazon used to have everyone that was tax-free. Now they have to charge tax on things. I'm in North Carolina. North Carolina considers eyeglasses a medical device. There's no tax on medical devices in North Carolina. So this frame, the Oakley 8138 chamber, comes in two sizes, a 53 and a 55, I believe, off the top of my head. But it comes in several colors. They all sell for $230. Of course, it comes with one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses. Will needed the upgrade to the Essilor Ideal Advanced Digital Freeform Progressive. That adds roughly $150. The Transitions Extra Active Gray adds another $100. The Blue Flash Mirror adds $70 for a total of $549.97, tax free. If you were to buy this from any other seller on the internet, $549.97 times, let's do 7.5% tax here in North Carolina. You pay another $41.25. You're not going to have to do that if you were to buy the same exact frame and lens combination from me. But when you get these in the mail, again, if these are too loose or too tight, just stop by your local shop, and 99 times out of 100 they'll adjust them free of charge. I also send out a selfie request to have your picture on the website. Will, I would love to have two pictures, one with you indoors with these clear, one outdoors where the blue flash mirror is showing, which I'm about to demonstrate. I also send out cleaning instructions, not only on the care for your frame and lenses, but on the premium microfiber cleaning cloth that I'll provide, your Oakley cleaning cloth, and for your case, so it too will last you for years. So this is the first time, well actually this is still clear, I'm going to activate them for the first time. Now as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds. Come on, hit the button. Come on, light. It takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to darken when you go outside. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15. Now this is important, Will, and everyone else watching. All transition lenses will get dark on day one and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they'll work for years at maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Now that's the generation 7 and 8. These Will's Transitions Extra Active will get 30 to 50% dark behind a windshield. Normally transitions don't get dark all the way because your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day, and that's why they don't get dark. Now if you have a convertible or a motorcycle, they will. Also, they're temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. Having said that, these Transitions Extra Active are designed to get darker in hotter weather. They're designed for extra active people who spend extra amounts of time outside. So, the other thing is that this is the first time they've been activated. Don't worry, they're going to keep getting darker. Come on, Will, we talked about that, don't you remember? So when you look out of them, you only see the gray. Now these lenses come in two colors, Extra Active Gray that you see here and Extra Active Brown. They come in available 6 colors: silver, gold, green, blue, red, and pink. And I've done them all except for the pink. I would love to see how that would look. But as I keep talking, you'll see these getting lighter and lighter. If you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com. On Twitter is freerxlenses. If you have any questions, you can email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or simply click the Contact Me button. You can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below. And I also wanted to point out, I should have said it earlier, is that if I haven't bored you to sleep by now, I am an authorized Oakley dealer. As a small independent optician, I've been told I'm not legally allowed to place the pictures of the frames on my website with the prices. So just contact me and let me know what frame you want. I'll check on the price and availability for you. And of course, all Oakley frames come with one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses. I can do the transitions extra active. I can do polarized lenses. I can do anything you want. I can do non-prescription lenses. I do a fair amount of those too. And again, I'll give you an itemized receipt where you can get these reimbursed for these on insurance and flex dollars. So, but Will in Bay Minette, Alabama, thank you for the purchase of the Oakley 8138 chamber, the 55 eye size, the color 01 satin black, with the Essilor Ideal Advanced Transitions Extra Active Gray lenses and the blue flash mirror. And hopefully now everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.